Welcome to episode number 60. This is a new year, a new season 2 for the podcast.
Welcome to GEBJohnson podcast with your host, Genola Johnson. Here, you will hear about finding the right career to fit your purpose and mastering your mindset. This is where you will learn how to take control of your life and make it happen.
I'd like to invite you to join our Patreon membership program. You can join us for as little as $1 a month and up to $5 a month. There are 3 tiers you may join: $1, $3, or $5 tier. The $1 tier will receive a personalized thank you card from Genola. The $3 tier allows you to get 5% off any product or service in the GEBJohnson store. The $5 tier will allow you to get 10% off any product or service in the GEBJohnson store. We have a goal of $200 and we're asking you to help. Once this goal is reached, we'll have an episode called Ask Me Anything. In this episode, we'll answer questions emailed from listeners about careers, starting a business, or the GEBJohnson business, and more. Head on over to patreon.com and search GEBJohnson and donate today. That's Patreon, Patreon.com, and search GEBJohnson. Thank you.
Oh my, it is January again, and I'm just as excited to bring in the new year 2020 as you are. I'm looking forward to new program offerings from GEBJohnson, new guests on the podcast, and so much more. Looking back to January 2019, I wasn't sure I wanted to bring the podcast back around again and decided to do it anyway. I am so glad I did. After having such an overwhelming response from you, so happy I did that anyway. It has helped so many people. It has helped me immensely. I've learned so much from many of my guests that I know you've absorbed so much of that goodness too. As I look back at the podcast guests, we've spoken to people who help you with your resumes, help you decide which direction to take in choosing your why, and how to find your purpose. I also wanted to have guests on that would help those who want to start a small business. This is all to give you ideas and opportunities to see that whatever your interest is, there is a way to get there. The staff has begun to update things a bit in an effort to help you find the podcast experience easier, to find past podcasts, as well as to give the guests who were on the show the opportunity to share more offerings and gifts. I just couldn't fit it into that little box that I had to put it in on the platform. So this is now where you'll find all of that and more on the GEBJohnsonpodcast.com site. So hop on over there and check things out. You'll still find the initial title on GEBJohnson.com, but it will direct you to the website's episode on the GEBJohnsonpodcast.com from now on. Some of the guests have either requested to return, or I've enjoyed them so much myself that I've requested, or the staff has asked me to interview them again. Either way, some will be returning this year, as with me, which I'll talk about later, have new offerings and insights to talk about that they'd love to share with you. Coming up in May, I will be hosting my Purposeful Career Academy. The Purposeful Career Academy is for anyone who is ready to make a change in their lives. This includes anyone who wants to move into a new position in their career, change careers, start a business, or just change their mindset. In the PCA, you will network with other like-minded people who are reaching for a better version of themselves, just like you. You will have access to a private Facebook group where you can share ideas, ask questions, and discuss new insights throughout the PCA's 12-week program. Yes, it's only 12 weeks worth of work. However, the Facebook group will be opened indefinitely. Also, 90 days after the PCA program ends, we will have a live Q&A via Facebook to catch up with everyone and see our process. So the PCA will meet in a private Zoom room. We will have guest speakers, workstations, and you'll also work with me. You'll also, with the guest speakers, you will be able to meet with them one-on-one and ask them questions and pick their brains. So this membership allows you to ask detailed questions where you otherwise will have to pay for their advice. So the fee that you pay will be in order to have dynamic guests so that you can have access to them without their additional fee. So the purpose of the academy, like I said, it only lasts 12 weeks. It will begin May and it will end in July. And you may pre-enroll now. You can go on over to GEBJohnson.com/PCA and sign up. You can also check out the different payment options as well. So again, the PCA will open for one 12-week session in the year 2020 and will only be available for a limited number of people. If you'd like to save your spot for this limited time event, you may visit GEBJohnson.com/PCA for more details and payment options. I'm also excited to be offering this event to you, and I'm so excited to see you in your new you after this program is over. Many of you have read the blog and found many of the resources helpful. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what we have to offer, and you may visit the show notes page on GEBJohnsonpodcast.com, episode number 60, to get quick access to these goodies. We have the Happiness Equals Success download, which helps guide you through looking at your happiness in being successful. This infographic helps you to see your small achievements will lead you to bigger happiness that you desire. You can even read this blog post at GEBJohnson.com/happiness equals success. This year, I created a quick and easy business plan for those of you who want to get started with your business, but not exactly sure where to start. This plan outlines the different ways of having an online business. You'll get step-by-step processes of describing your business, who's your competition, where you're selling, what you're selling, such as products or services or both. How will you market your business, the business location, if you're striving to be a nomad, which some people are, should you be hiring personnel, and much more. This will help you get the juices flowing on how to get going on your business journey. You can find this download in this episode's show notes too. My all-time foundational resource that's available is my First Steps Process download, where I will walk you through the steps of finding your purpose. As you know, this is the reoccurring theme throughout everything I do here. And I do it because I want you to find your purpose. You may get this resource in the show notes as well. This is a new year, and setting goals is the forefront of all of our minds now. Last year, I created the Proactive Goal Toolkit for you. This resource helps you reach your goals quickly and efficiently. It helps you to see what you need to do to get your goals reached this year. I also have the resume ebook and the cover letter ebook available in the resources for those of you who are acquiring a new position this year. And finally, the annual self-analysis is available for you. You can do this now or on your birthday or even Valentine's Day to show yourself some love. And this analysis can be done anytime, like I mentioned, and will help you stay focused on your annual goals. We are still a part of Patreon, so if you'd like to make a donation to the podcast at patreon.com/GEBJohnson, we'd love to have you share with us. And lastly, go on over to our blog, GEBJohnson.com. You'll find many insights and other helpful tips to help you on your purposeful journey. If you feel you have something to share, you can drop me a line at Genola@GEBJohnson.com, and we'll discuss guest blogging ideas. And don't forget to also visit the weekly job board for career opportunities that I find throughout my weekly research. We are also on Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest as GEBJohnson, so you may join us there. And we're on Facebook, and you may join our Facebook group for the podcast. And finally, I'm on LinkedIn as Genola Johnson. I look forward to continuing to help you in 2020 as we make this year a clear vision for us all. Happy New Year.